I want everybody give a round of applause. We got a phenomenal lady that's about to do pregame with y'all. We got Laura Hansen!
Connected. Let's go. All right, awesome. All right, so who knows me here?
What's your name?
Y'all don't know me? All right. So my name is Laura Hansen, and this is a lot. A lot of people. I'm not usually somebody to do this, but I was born in Germany in '02. Yeah, I speak German. For everybody who's asking, I do speak German. But I also grew up in Cameroon. So shout out to all my Africans, because I'm African too. So who really am I? Let's see. So, I'm going to talk about my journey here to the United States because it wasn't really easy for me. I came to the United States in 2019. Didn't know anything at all. I came here with an ESTA. So for everybody who, I don't know if anybody knows what an ESTA is. An ESTA is like a document that you come to the United States to just visit, not to stay. But my dad didn't really coach me to tell them that I was coming here to live. So just to visit, not to stay. When I got here, I told all the people that, obviously you go through, that I was coming here to stay rather than visit. So when I got to the visa site, I don't know what it's called. I got there, I told them I was coming here to basically just stay. And they told me, oh, you're coming here to stay, but you only have an ESTA. You don't have a visa. Little did I know, I was 16 at that time when I got here. They told me, okay, show us. They said, okay, so you came here to stay. You don't have a visa. Okay, so who's your dad? Like, show me who your parents are, and then we can release you to them. So I was like, okay, I have a birth certificate. Let me pull out my birth certificate. I showed them my birth certificate. My dad wasn't on my birth certificate. And that was the person that was supposed to basically take me from the airport. They said, we can't release you to him. And I'm 16, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. So I had to sleep at the airport that entire day until the next day. Then they pulled me out from that room and said, hey, we need you to come with us. I'm like, where am I going? That was my first ride in the police car. My first ever ride. And they took me to Virginia. They took me to a facility called Youth for Tomorrow. That's basically until they could prove that my dad was actually my dad, before they could release me to my dad. Before they could release me to my dad. Stayed there for about a month before they could bring out the DNA testing for me to be released to my dad. So I was released to my dad after a month. So I came here July 10th, 2019. I was released August 10th, 2019 to my dad. But still with that, we had a public defender. We were like, okay, we're good, we're cool, I can stay here. Nah, the public defender said she has to go back to Germany. And I lived with my half-sister at that time. She kicked me out. She said, I was a teenager. She said, you can't stay with me. She said, you have to go to your dad. I went to my dad. Even with that, my dad, we had to find a private lawyer. So that was hard. My dad was working at Home Depot when I got here. So it was really hard on my dad. He didn't know what to do. He asked me for help, but I was like, I can't really.
It's all right. It's all right. Okay, baby.
I can't really help you. And he was like, call your mom. And my mom is in Africa. I can't call her because we have a war in Cameroon. We had it from 2017. It's probably still going on to right now. She wasn't really making any money. I'm sorry. Y'all, sorry. So we didn't have the money, so my dad had to end up, thank you. So my dad had to end up switching jobs. He became a correctional officer, working 16 hours, crazy hours. Like he would leave at 4 a.m. He won't come back till about like 11 p.m. at night. And I didn't have that relationship with my dad anymore because he was working so often, too much. I didn't see him anymore. But maybe before that, when I was in high school, I would starve myself. Like I would literally starve myself because I didn't want to ask my dad for any money at all because I already saw how hard he was working. So I would take my lunch money that he would give me for school, and I would use that to buy anything that I needed for myself because I didn't want to ask him for that money at all. So he had to get a private lawyer. Private lawyer, he asked for about $6,000 because we had to file for asylum because there was nothing else we could do. I got the private lawyer. We had to pay $6,000. There was no choice. My dad had to work crazy hours. Finally ended up paying the lawyer. I came here in 2019. I didn't get my papers until I was graduated high school. That was 2021. I worked at 7-Eleven. Yes, I worked at 7-Eleven for 3 years. People ask me, Laura, how did you work at 7-Eleven for 3 years? I worked there with no papers. Nothing. No papers. I couldn't drive. I couldn't do anything. I had to Uber myself to work back and forth. I had to ask my dad to drop me off sometimes. My dad wasn't even scared. He was like, what if they find out? What if this happens? I was like, I make something work because like I don't want you to keep going to work and you have to keep giving me money. It's just the same thing over and over. So I don't know where to go from there. But how did I get to this opportunity? Oof. I mean, I got through it through social media. I remember my upline, he reached out to me. I was talking to him for a while. He invited me out to the office. I saw the information. I loved it. I was like, yeah, I see myself doing this. Then when it came to the $199, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to do this. He was like, oh, it's going to be an investment towards yourself. I'm like, I don't know. But then he challenged me. And I was like, you know what? It's just $199. Might as well just pay it. Paid it, gave him the money, got started right there on the spot. My first BOM, scary. I'm not usually in front of a lot of people. I'm usually like a lone wolf type of girl that likes to hide in the back. But I left. I literally left. I know that first day I left and my upline came to me and he was like, what happened? Like, are you okay? And I was like, nah, it's too many people. Anxiety. I gotta go home. And then he was invited. He kept saying, come out to Vegas, come out to Vegas. And I was like, what do y'all want me to do in Vegas? What is in Vegas? Y'all keep saying Vegas. And I'm like, what's in Vegas? So we planned it out. I was able to go out there, saw everything. I loved it. I loved everything. I loved the energy. I loved the fact that everybody out there was just so energized. I was actually irritated because I did get sick, kind of sick when I was out there because of like the heat and then the cold, the AC and everything. So I was kind of irritated, but I still went through it anyways. But my second big event, that's when everything shifted. Tennessee, when I went to Nashville, Tennessee, that's when everything shifted. That's when the first thing that actually shifted was the fact that Tariq, IMD, he put my picture up on the little portrait or the yeah, exactly, the screen. He put it up there, and he was like, "This are my next MDs," and I was like, yeah. It's like now you see, he just did it because now I'm a determined woman because now I got to do it because there's no way I could just go to MTM Grand and not actually do it. So that definitely shifted my mind. And another thing was awards. I've never received an award in my life. Coming to the United States, I wanted to play tennis, I wanted to play volleyball in high school. I never could do it because I never had those papers. So, and the physical alone without that health insurance was $500. My dad was like, I'm not doing it for you. And I couldn't play. Because I wanted to even help him instead so he didn't have to pay for my college tuition. But he was like, I'm not going to do it for you. So And then I cried. The entire time I was just crying while I was at big event. I loved it though. I loved it. That shifted a lot of stuff. Like that right there, it was different. It was different. It was something I never experienced before. What else? What else I got? But all I want to say is this opportunity, y'all take it seriously. Because a lot of people don't have access to this. In Africa, a lot of kids, they have to walk through that hot sun. Y'all think it's hot here? Wait till you get to Africa. It's hot. It's hot. These kids have to walk around with food on top of their head, trying to sell that food just so they can make ends meet. So anybody, everybody, y'all take this opportunity seriously. Because a lot of people don't have access to this. A lot of people don't have access to this. Access to a community, access to money, they don't. So if you, just with papers, anybody with papers, please take this opportunity seriously. Well, I guess that's it for me, y'all.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. So, so we're gonna start with the door greeters.